Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome to my channel, Anthony Makes Videos. Today's video is going to be a grocery haul. People ask me all the time, Anthony, what is your diet? What do you eat all the time? So I basically got $100 worth of groceries and it's probably about like 10 days worth. So I'm going to show you what you guys got and kind of like talk about why I got some of the stuff, I guess. And I'm probably going to show you guys portioning it all up into Tupperwares and all that. Let's get started. So first thing, not really something you need, but yeah, these are pretty awesome and there's like no calories in them, but you know, try to stay away from those. Mostly just drink coffee, but anyways, on to the good stuff. Chicken breasts. I switched to these recently because if you guys saw in the last video, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do in order to prepare all of your chicken and stuff, which is the bulk of the protein that I eat, solid protein during the day. And so just getting the frozen one just saves a lot of time. And so there's actually two different flavors of these. These are like $6 a piece. There's this Italian urban tomato one, so I haven't tried this one yet, but honestly, you may think that's a little expensive because just normal chicken breasts are like $2 a pound, but this is like $6 for a little bit less than a pound and a half. But if you think about it, time is money. If I could pay someone to cook my chicken and cut it all up and stuff like that, I totally would. And this is sort of like me doing that. So next, got some egg whites, pasteurized ones. You can just drink those, don't have to cook them. And then got some rice, microwavable, because it just, you know, saves time, don't have to clean up stuff. Got these, I love these. These are these frozen meals with like chicken, and I got three different ones, like a pesto one, got this sort of like spaghetti one, sort of like a chicken pasta, like a different kind of pasta one. But these are pretty good, and it's super easy to count my calories with these because I can just scan them, of course, into MyFitnessPal, and then the macros will come up. So these are a little bit light though, as far as their macros. So I'll usually, like I'll show you guys here. So yeah, only 19 grams of protein. So I'll do something like I'll eat like Greek yogurt with this, and I'll have like some fruit with it or something like that. 7 grams of carbs, kind of a lot, but that's why I try not to do more than like a couple of those each day. So I got these noodle bowls. I'll usually like throw some chicken in with that, but these being that they're like pasta type carbs, I'll usually do this like post-workout. I don't know, I'll just crave soup post-workout, I've noticed, probably for like the salt and stuff like that, but it's not like regularly, but every now and again. So I'll get something like that because they'll have like a lot of sodium and stuff like that, I feel like. So Pop-Tarts in the morning, I do that to just, you know, try and get more calories in. Got some pudding, same idea, just for like a snack throughout the day. And then I got these for breakfast, these cream of wheats. These are super awesome because they can fit in a cup holder, and it only takes about a minute and a half to heat them up. And these are really awesome. So I'll do for breakfast usually like one of these, and then I'll drink like 8 ounces of egg whites. So that's a pretty good deal. And gummy bears, probably my number one post-workout food. These, I definitely noticed that I can just like get a ton of those down and get a super great insulin response, I feel like. And you know, I'm ready to eat at a good time after having those post-workout. So I love gummy bears. Those are great. Then I've got some canned pineapple. I'll usually like throw these on the side with like a chicken and rice sort of meal, just to get more carbs, especially if like I feel like I don't get enough from the rice. I'll go for some of the pineapple slices. Here's some cottage cheese. I'll either do this or Greek yogurt, and this time around I went for the cottage cheese. It's fat-free. Sometimes like before bed, I'll do 226 grams of this, which is like 2 servings of this. That comes out to, I don't know, like it's like a cup total. And so I'll have that with like some almonds, for example. And then as far as all these perishables go, got some bananas, strawberries, broccoli. I microwave this up, and I'll do this with my chicken and rice meals. Got some diced up onions, throw this in with like if I have some kind of a veggie salad or something throughout the day, and some avocados. And of course, got a gallon of water. Stay hydrated, drink like 2 of those a day. So yeah, so I'll show you guys portioning all this up and see in a little bit. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys portioning up one of my main meals that I'll eat throughout the day. The alternative to this one that I'm about to show you, which is the chicken and rice one, the alternative being the chicken and sweet potato one. That one's a lot more straightforward because you're kind of just going by the weight of the sweet potato. You just kind of throw it on. I mean, I just throw it on there, and then I just kind of will vary my macros throughout the day, kind of like based upon that, rather than trying to just cut up a sweet potato into like a specific amount of ounces every time. So, but I'm gonna show you guys portioning up the chicken and the rice, and it's really easy. I just microwave it for 2.5 minutes. So, and the macros for this one will be on the screen right now. And my other two meals, I don't know if I mentioned this already. I think I did briefly in the grocery part of the video. The cream of wheat and 8 ounces of egg whites meal, that's my breakfast. I'll put the macros for that one on the screen right now. And then my other end of the day sort of like snack is the cottage cheese and almonds sort of meal, and I'll put the macros for that one on the screen right now. But that just sort of gives you an idea of like what my diet is basically. So I'll show you portioning up this one chicken and rice meal, and then you'll have the idea for how all of the other ones are gonna go for the rest of the chicken that I've got here. And like I said, how it works for throwing a sweet potato in instead of the rice. So I'll get to it here. So part of this that makes it really easy is having a really nice scale. And this one I got on Amazon for about 20 bucks, but literally all I do is I turn it on with the Tupperware still on it so that it's zeroed out, and I go over to ounces for the chicken, and I put on 6 ounces of chicken or thereabouts, usually within about like 0.01 or 0.02 ounces I can get it to. And then I zero it out again, but here I'll first put on the chicken. All right, so close enough, 6.1 ounces. So now, like I said, I zero it out again, but this time I go over to grams because the serving suggestions on the rice packets are in grams, so I match that. I just do half of a single one of these, and either the long grain and wild, or I have like a brown and wild, which is just like a different kind, but it has literally the same macros basically within like a couple of grams of sodium. So I'm gonna throw this on here, and so there you have it, 136 grams. Which, if you look here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is exactly 1 cup there. So that's going to be 39 grams of carbs, 5 grams of protein, 2 grams of fat. And then in addition, with the 6 ounces of chicken, then that puts this, I'm not going to do the math in my head right now, but I'll just clearly have that on screen again. And so like I said, all I've got to do is just microwave this up for 2.5 minutes, and then it's good to go. So yeah, see you guys in a little bit. So 2 days ago, my car got broken into while I was at work, which was Sunday because today's Tuesday now. And I went out after work. I was there all day. So I opened and then closed. And I went out there, and the window on my passenger's side was broken, and my backpack was gone. And really there was nothing in it except for like my Bluetooth headphones and like the last of my tanning oil and like my workout notebook. My workout notebook, that was probably, for me at least, the biggest like time investment loss, or that's the thing that's least replaceable, because literally yesterday I got the window fixed and I ordered on Amazon like new headphones and stuff, which I'm waiting for to arrive right now so I can go to the gym, because I'm a little bit OCD about that. Just gotta have my headphones. And yeah, the progress that I had recorded in that notebook was from about a year or so, and that kind of sucks, but it kind of puts it in perspective, right? Because it's not about having a notebook that's more filled up as sort of like instant proof of having worked out so consistently, right? Like, it's definitely about the physique too, and you know, you don't suddenly lose your gains, or someone doesn't like just steal, they can't just steal that off of your body. So that's one of those things where I've been feeling pretty positive after losing my stuff, because I mean, I like to think that I've been money stable enough that I can take care of all this stuff, you know. And it's been nice because after moving and stuff late last year, early this year, the bills and stuff, as far as like student loan payments and paying for car insurance now, I was paying about the same that I was paying for rent and bills before. So even though I'm not paying rent now, I'm still, it's sort of like ceteris paribus the same money scenario, you know. So that's one of those things where at least even though I don't have the real big time engineering job, like if the interviews aren't going as well as I want, or if I'm not getting calls back, like at least what I've got going now is enough to kind of maintain some stability when things like this just happen, you know, because you can't really control that. So I'm about to kill a little bit of time, I guess, until these headphones get here, because they were out for delivery at like 7:53 this morning, it says, but usually stuff will come by around this time in the afternoon, so hopefully it'll show up soon. See you guys in a sec. I am about to go to the gym, of course. One of the only fucking things that I do. Well, I don't know. Okay, and that's me. On 5. Okay. Oh, we're gonna start this over. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep on kind of filling in this little mini update here. And I know that I've been saying that I was going to be making videos every single week, but I figured I'd at least chop up this quick, short little March reflection sort of vlog, if you will, to just kind of keep on filling in this sort of update nature of this, but to update you guys on the successful aspect of this vlog, because that's a theme, right? One of the things that I'm focusing on as far as my gym training and stuff now, sort of in lieu of the car break-in and losing my notebook with all the progress, focusing on the actual actions and habits that have made me be able to be more consistent in my whole fitness journey, which is the very, very consistent gathering of the data and looking back on it and using that to have goals and set benchmarks in order to have a sort of plan for improvement in that area of my life. And so merely losing the progress, it just makes my situation ripe for something better, which I can't see now, but it's gonna come in the future, which could be said for a lot of things. And so along with that, certain things like the job hunt, or you know, eventually being back out on my own again as far as my living situation after this little small setback, I guess. Those are all just things that I am now at a fresh beginning for improvement upon, and including this YouTube channel. And I really believe that I am going to be pretty consistent with this for years, because that's really what it's going to take for this channel to grow. So I bet it's probably going to take like 2.5 years before I might even have like 100 subscribers, but that's okay, because honestly, it's all about, like I said, my routine. And when my car got broken into, it really messed with my routine lately, I noticed, because for example, like I didn't have my headphones, didn't have my tanning oil anymore, and you know, not having my workout journal. Those are all things that were very much, it's sort of like the little bells and whistles that a priest might have going into a ritualistic mass or sermon ceremony, you know, like the old Latinate Catholic masses. All of those things are replaceable, and I've replaced everything now. I got the tanning oil in the mail, so once it gets a little bit later, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna tan up, because I don't like going now because it's really busy usually right now. It's about 4:30 on a Friday, so okay, let me first start over. It is true what they say, that you get the energy that you put out there, you get that energy back. So I should maybe try to put out more friendly energy, and I'll get friendly energy back. But this is the thing that I've noticed. A lot of people say, oh, Anthony, if you want to make more friends, that would be a prime opportunity for you to do so, because, you know, I don't go out, I don't drink, I'm not in college anymore, so I'm not around just like people my own age. At work, you know, there are a couple people my age, but, you know, they are still in college, or they just have they're in a very, very different place in their life. If they're not in college and they're my age, you know, chances are is that they went to college and then stopped. Things like that, where it's hard for me to really like see eye to eye with them on a lot of things. It's hard to explain in words really quickly, but it's just really hard to like make a connection with people my own age, I feel like. That being said, the gym at a busy time might be a chance to do that, but definitely I just really enjoy having free range of the equipment, and just being around the crowd of the gym I really don't enjoy. The gym is a place, the way I see it, of an unspoken etiquette and rules, and really unless you already know someone, then it's not really like kosher to just kind of like start talking to them. And I really don't see a lot of people who I really like just kind of want to talk to. But this is my theory, is that the people who I would want to befriend or something like that at the gym would be someone who would understand, or who would maybe see eye to eye with me on all these things, like the dieting factor and the having done it for a certain amount of time. Because to make things a little more concrete, people who are more beginners will avoid leg day, right? That's like a thing, and you can tell by how intensely they train, whether they're just like, it's finally that day when they decided that they're going to do leg day, if they aren't skipping it, right? But then people who are a lot more, I guess, invested in it will take pride in how hard they go on leg day, So those are very different attitudes, and those come with very different physiques, and you can have all sorts of different dieting principles behind that, because you could diet however you want and have either one of those leg days, right? The mental attitude is completely separate from that in some respects, although they do, influence each other, of course, because I feel like if you have a more strict, precise diet, you're probably going to lean towards, if you do have that whole bodybuilder sort of attitude towards going to the gym, your leg day will probably be a little bit more brutal, you know what I mean? So just little things like that, very particular flavors. And I noticed that those people who do have those harder leg days or something, certain shortcomings on myself, I guess, sort of hold me back from sympathizing with them. For example, my absolute strength levels are not really much to show for. So, if I were to actually work out with some of those people, it might not be as intense for them, because the fact that I would be pound for pound, weaker on these exercises, it, affects the workout in a certain way. The point being, that may be the case now, but it just sort of, to me, it is optimistic, because it just shows me that I'm in one of those stages of my life, because I've noticed now that in the cycles of how my life has been going and changing, that there are certain periods where things plateau out, but I'm in a fresh sort of beginner amateur state, and it's right before I see a huge period over a couple of years of self-improvement. And I think that being that I just ended college, I just ended a long 4-year relationship, and I got rid of a lot of the friendships, whether it be losing them altogether, people just moving away because college finishes off, they go out of state, or, you just grow apart because people start getting more and more invested in their own lives, and they just can't, just hang out like they used to anymore. It's a time where I can start really rebuilding all of those sorts of things. I have a vision of how things could definitely be improved. So speaking of having a vision for those things can be improved, right? Because keep in mind, all of these things are about myself. I've heard that just seeing and visualizing what your goals are in an actual concrete visual way, something that reminds you of those goals, helps you to attain them, because it primes your both conscious mind and your subconscious mind, especially, apparently, to enact what it takes to manifesting those goals. So a couple weeks ago, I bought some boards, and I just always have kind of a ton of markers, crayons, pencils, and stuff like that. So I'm going to decorate it up, but I'm going to hang it somewhere around here in my little sort of basement studio setup that I've got going. And I'm going to use that as sort of a daily reminder of sticking towards my goal, being more dedicated, and practicing more discipline, because definitely I am not at the most disciplined period of time in my life, but that's something that I want to get back into. I want to be saying, yes, today is a day that is part of a string of days that I would consider to be the most disciplined period of time in my life, because I'm 22 years old. Why shouldn't I be saying something like that now, right? I'm supposedly in the primest time of my youth so far in my life, I don't have to deal with, my body debilitating right now, or the ramifications of many decades of all of these adult decisions, you know, I'm fresh into all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So now's the time to be building and to be creating stuff, I feel like. And yeah, except the problem is, of course, it's just hard to decide where to aim the gun at, so to speak, or what wall to put the ladder upon. You know, it's really easy to climb up rungs, but deciding what ladder to climb up and what wall to put that on, you know, those are whole other questions entirely, you know what I mean? Or the whole, you know, does your gun shoot straight, right? So yeah, that'll probably wrap up this little reflection for right now. I'm gonna probably upload all this onto my computer right now, chop it up a little bit. And again, sorry I haven't been making these videos. I'm gonna make hopefully another book review in a little bit for Thomas Harris's Black Sunday. I've been kind of skipping reading that to read some other stuff like the Bhagavad Gita and some other sort of like self-help sort of books and some math and programming books. So, because I've been practicing programming too. So I've just been taking a small little sidestep from the literature. Yeah, I hope you guys like this little short update. Thanks for watching this, and watch out for my next video, which should hopefully be up within a week or so, because my goal is to have at least 10 videos on here by the end of April. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys later.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, quick update for all those who care. Watch all my videos, subscribe, comment. Do it.